Hey, Commanders, I'm going to go through the daily routine that we all have, which is to pick up our daily events. I usually start off with my Syndicate XP. So here I am. Got level 56. I just broke 56 just a couple days ago. Sorry, I have to have my coffee, in other words, to stay sane. So here I think it's a 210 XP. Yep. Then I get one spring shard. I was a little confused on this because when it says here, it says +1 to pring shard, which I think is interesting because I was getting a to pring shard since from going from 55 to 56. So it seemed like, sorry, I got something stuck on my lip there. To me, I interpreted that to mean that I was going to get 2 a day, but that wasn't what happened. After I go there, I usually go to my archives. I've got all the ships done. Actually, the Monaveine is actually a little bit of an interesting story. I had a whole bunch of the Queen's favors stored up, so I used all of those up. I can't remember how many I had, but I had a ton of them. It was at least a good 2 months worth before I actually completed the Monaveine and turned it in. And I would suggest that to you if you have, like I know that there's also for the Franklin ships, you have turn-ins there. I had too many to wait, but if you can turn in all those before you complete the archive, I think that'll work to your favor, just because then you lose all that currency and all the benefit from it. But it's your own play style. Anyway, go ahead and do that. Let's see if we'll go through this and show you everything that's here. Part of the reason why I ended up pulling the trigger on doing the finishing out the Franklin, I think it's the Franklin A, is because I was like, I don't know, like four or 10 shards away from Jala or Jala, and I wanted to go ahead and complete her. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, even in spite of having all of those. I think they're called a bio something or other. But anyway, so here's what I get. I get these tokens, these million dilithium. We still get these parts. I'm not sure. I guess if I was going to build another ship, would be an interesting choice, but I don't think I ever will. These are good to get because I still have a lot of research left to do. Of course, the Sigma. I get the Sigma because I did buy the refit for the Monaveine ship, so I do get the Sigma here. So that's not something everybody will get. Let's see, the credits. Always can need credits. I love getting credits. The Borg Queen, you can see that this is a big factor in getting her completed, as well as the Borg Armadas. But I think, yeah, that's a big one. But like, I don't really need these frequency modulators. I don't need these Devore parts. The Borg roller Solo Rare, those are okay to get, but not unnecessary. The charged nanoprobes, I think maybe these are used for, yeah, no, see, they're not used for anything anymore. These are used for officers, I believe. Yep. So there's not a lot of value. I think that's one of the problems that the archive has. That by the time you finish it, the value of the archive is that it saves you clicks, but once you're at the point where you would use the archive, it's completely up to you whether or not you actually engage in the loop. So, you can decide if there's value for you there. And then this is one of the other loops. I think this is the Botany Bay. Like I don't need in Augment credits. I don't really need them. Officer XP is obviously useful. I don't need these. I've completed these officers a long time ago. Ship skin shards, say that 5 times fast. It's good. Wharf is a good. Again, some more of the stuff here I don't need. I'll always take credits. Faction is good, except 108,000. I mean, it's kind of pointless, useless when you're trying to get billions, but every little drip counts. These Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates, they're actually still useful because you can go hunt the ship that dropped the credit. I forget what this is called. It's like the messages. So that's still useful. Deuterium canister, that's for the Voyager. Of course, the Voyager itself is less useful at this point. That's to get into the mining zones. Don't really need to do that anymore. I think, again, like I said, a lot of this loses its usefulness the moment you get it. So it's kind of meh. Anyway, then this is for the Devore and the Fishia. Latinum is good. I still need a few parts, but not many. I don't need any 4-star parts. 5-star parts, I'm still building out some ships just for collector's sake, but nothing else, nothing vital. And that's it. So that's the independent archives. Let's see, where to go next? Let's go to the claim. The claim, as you know, if you've got the syndicate level, appropriate level, I think it's 26 or 27, maybe even 25, you'll be able to claim all of these in one click button, except for one, which I don't understand why they did this, but okay. So you have to go back in here. And then you got this optical diode, and this comes up once you hit G6 level with your, I think it's the treasury that uses these. So you have to go in, click, select your option. I just use the 300 because, And then ship resources. You can pause if you want to see what I'm getting. Here's the claim chests. Claiming all. By the way, we get Naga Delvos. By the way, this is also the section where, if you click into it, all the way to the end here, this is where you get your premium Transgen warp toll. I'm going to get it in 24 minutes. This is what you use to go into those lucrative Transgen for the Transogen. Those are the little chips that you use to get in there, and I think it's the kind of 5-day or 6-day cooldown. It's kind of ridiculous that it's so low. But anyway, this is the store, so I go here. I need to go farm some Temporal Exchange, but you can see up here, I'll show you how many I have. I've got 81,000 of these. How do I get these? This will be another video, but I convert these right here. They've nerfed it a little bit, but you can collect 20 a day, and that's what I do in between tournaments. So I collect these in between tournaments and make sure that I can turn them in when a tournament comes up. That is until, of course, Scopely ends that option. But that's what I'm doing for now. And of course, even if they do, it doesn't really matter because these are still good so that I can convert these to advance overall artifacts. These I don't get too many of because I don't do too many formation armadas. So my main source for these is from the X-Borg faction. But I do try to turn these in just to get rid of them. I don't really care about the competitive events, so I turn these in as I have them. I got a bunch yesterday because the event that's taking place right now, the Crucible event, basically has us going for formation armadas, so I do this at that time. And the thing I wanted to mention here is I do these turn-ins every single day at around the same time, which is around 11, just after 11, which is after the first reset of the day. And I do that because one is just for my own time-saving purposes, but also because it helps with making sure that you get your turn-ins done. Like this mission key drop, I'm not going to turn it in because I'm going to save it for the start of the next arc. Woohoo! Like those. I don't turn these in until I until I can turn in about 5. I have a pretty good consistent flow of these. These I don't really turn in until I get a ton of them. But so I don't really do any more there. I don't buy the resource barrels. I have a few here I can turn in on this, so let's get these. These, once you can start doing Armada, solo G6 Armadas, do them, because you get these 2 parts that are, well, these 3 right here. This other stuff you can source from other locations, but this is the only place that I've seen where you can source G6 solo directives. It's through these chests that you can get this rare particle hazard. And then, of course, this is another source of particle hazard, which is very useful for researches and other things. These are all still on cooldown. Let's see, do I get anything here? I'll pull these if they have, so I don't need repair speeds. What I really need are what you'll find over here. So I really need, or want rather, Federation and FKR credits. So let me go back here, see if there was any in there. Yeah, what I'm really looking for are FKR credits. I'm still working on Kiron. Yeah, I got 2 of him. Don't need these anymore. Your Armada core or your Armada building, I think, caps out at, I want to say 50. I don't know if you knew that or not. And then I don't think there's any, yeah, there's no credits in here. So just keep moving along. Consumables. Claim my axionic chips. And then I have, I'll take one of these. I'm looking for the blues here, obviously. I get those from doing the away missions. And then I have the Khan's Favor, which is a research. Okay, so this is what you get at my current level. This actually gets improved as you improve the research for the Khan's daily gift. Let's get some Pioneer's Crests. Get some Galactic Tokens. That's where I was mentioning earlier. I think these 2 are chance. And then get this Priority Standard assignment boost. I don't pay the 700. I just do the claim. And let's see. I don't need these anymore because I'm completely 100% maxed on this research, or the research that uses this currency, but I do need these. I don't need this though. And let's see. I don't really need any grade 6 ships. I've considered making some more Selkies, but I don't even have enough to manage the ones I have, so I haven't done that. And then I do spend, I've collected and held a lot. This is what I spend on my multiphasics. I do those. I do actually skip over these here. The reason I skip over these is because even though there's some good stuff in here, these do have some good value. At the end of the day, really, I'm just trying to level up my ships. And I'm trying to get resources because, of course, we all know that that's where the big bottleneck is. Now, you notice I skipped over explorers, and the reason is because right now at my time of play, I'm actually the ships that I'm going to build for G6, which is what I'm really gearing up for, is the I want the Scimitar. I'm going to build the V-Lox, and then of course I need this for surveys. So we all just always need surveys. Then let's see, we'll go to Refinery, or as I like to jokingly call it, the Refonery. Do our bulk here. I think they need to kind of maybe improve this because at this point I'm clicking more than I probably need to. And then I know that I need blue or rare ore, so I'm going to go ahead and make some. I know that's a big bottleneck for me right now. And I'm going to use one bonus converter. got a lot of, and then the same thing for, I think I need gas on this. Yeah, I know I could use whatchamacallit, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and do this. 850 there. Oh, that's, I use the, let's do the regular converter. Do that there. And then let's see. The reason so the reason I do that, let's go back to the materials. Again, is because I want to keep all the same cooldowns. Although this is a 24 or a 48 hour cooldown roughly. But I like to try to keep all the cooldowns at the same time, because this time of my day is when I have the time to do all this. I don't do these. Let's see. I have a lot of ship part converters, but I don't really need any right now for the ships that I'm working on. Here's the bulk Transgen. I need to go get some uncommon. That's it. And then the way it works is I've got a couple more that are kind of hidden in the background that I got to wait till it completes, because then it fuels these additional purchases. So that's those. Here's my, I just leveled up my Revenant, I think it's called, for this loop. I just leveled it up. So I'm on my 10 days of advanced fabricators. So here's what we get. Some G6. And then we get some speed ups. And then there must be another area where we get some speed ups. And there's my, finally there's, ooh, look, I'm getting some epic parts. I didn't know that. Let's see, and then everything there, that's everything. Let's go to the Mirror Universe. Mirror Universe I've largely cleared out, meaning I don't really need a lot from here. I still try to get the Syndicate XP. I'm still leveling up my ship. I need to get rid of this Action Venom, because I don't need that one anymore. I think that's part of one. I don't need any of these, but I think, again, those are just ones that come through. I finished out the... so let's see. Yeah, see, that one comes with that one. Let's see, okay. I need these here. Let's see if these will come through, yep. Okay. I think that's about it. Make sure there's nothing here. Yep. I've already got the skin, and I've already completed the 2 other researches that use this. So this is that prime particle, what is this one? Efficiency, repair efficiency. I'm not sure how close I am to that one. Then territory, I need to go farm. I'm a little low, as you can see, but I'm almost done with the territory tree, so it's not a big deal to me. Do this one here. Don't need anything out of these. Well, really, the only reason I pull this is for the chance at the characters, officer shards. Ugh. Let me go back to this one here. I hate trying to level up the Borg Cube. Just going to let you know right now. Despise it. I'm new to G6. I'm 64, but I kind of advanced through quickly the first 3 levels, because really you're G6 at 61. I thought going out and farming these was going to help. Don't waste your time. First of all, Scopely makes it next to impossible to be useful, which is another video I'm going to create. Just showing some of the ways that, some of the mechanisms that are in the game but really don't serve the players. Oh, I got to take that one out. Oh, no, I need these for that. Never mind. I don't really do I have a lot of resources from the command center. You get this mostly from the Borg refinery, but I don't really touch this until there's an event. I only have a couple here that I pull, and I just pull it for the Latinum here. I just pull this for the building. I don't really need this as a source of forbidden rods because I'm already at max, which I have like 90,000 of them. I get my main source of fusion rods from the faction, Augment faction. So this has largely become kind of a dead loop. If I were Scopely, if I could recommend to them, I would just kill this loop. There's not really much in here to acquire anymore. The only thing that's useful, in my opinion, is maybe this, but I'm not even sure. Oh, I guess, look, I can claim this. I'm not sure how. Okay, I don't know how that. I guess I'll add that on a confirm, and I'll just get some every day. Maybe, I don't know. I have gotten so far on my Gorn. Gorn's a pretty good source for some things. Like I should probably go back and farm because this is really good right here because it's speed ups and everything. Here, let me talk about this. This is some strategy. Get this. I think the last time I went and hunted, I think I got 100 days worth of this turn-in. I think it was about 100 days. Maybe it was like 60. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is refine this. Don't spend it. Save it for tournaments. Okay. These here you can spend whenever you want. I'm going to spend it right now. Because they don't really impact tournament success. But these don't, just farm them between tournaments. Make sure you're getting the maximum every single day. And then when the tournament comes, you can just rinse, repeat on the collect. I think it's like 6,000 uncommon Borg credits. Really easy. And then my Vindicator. And then not much here. And then finally my Junker. And then here the ones I get is like I said, so I'm really working towards the battleship and the interceptor. So and of course the other ones, but I will right now on this, because I have such a limited supply, I really just pull the interceptor so I'm ready for the V-Lox and the survey because, again, everybody needs surveys. After I do all those, I go to the faction. Actually, let me help out. The faction pool is one of the most boring ones. Scopely, please fix this. Put a bulk refinery on these because we have so many factions and we have so many things to pull. And the factions, I really just pull these two every day. I want to talk about this one on the next. I want to talk about this pull right here. So I bought the favor from, I think it was it was probably from the section 31, I think, to half the cost of this. So this would normally be like almost 6,000 credit of these messages. Bought it so that it halves it. Best buy ever. I know some people would disagree, but buy it. I also bought, and here, I'm going to mention it here too, the one that halves the cost of these hull platings. So let me show you my directives. It's 10 of 15. Let me show you my Rotaran. It's 10 of 15. I'm only able to do that because every single time, it's basically just, you got to think of it like it's doubling up on your, whenever you get those hull plating ones, whether it's from the Sauron event or the pools from different places or from the the Armada pulls, every one you pull is like getting two. And the same thing here. Whenever you go get these missions, these messages, every one you get is like getting two. So it's like doubling up. I haven't had to go get these in, gosh, maybe 6 months, maybe more. This is one of the pulls I hate the most because it's so long. There's so many to pull here. The reason I do it this way is because you're going to see right now, I'm going to be able to upgrade a ship. So this is the reason why I do everything kind of right around the same time, or during the same period of time, is because what this allows me to do is it allows me to pull everything first, then run any upgrades that I need to run, and then go back through the refinery if there's anything that got upgraded. This Tantalus field, I'm so looking forward to, but I think I'm halfway there. Forbidden Tech, I'm less than halfway there. I'm gonna do 160 on this one, just for fun, just for you guys, just for my viewers. Put a like and a subscribe, because I pulled 2 Forbidden Techs when I have almost no epic currency. And let me mention this here. So the conquest, or the con champions, these, I can do the captain, cannot do the nightmare. I would also suggest that be on the lookout for the crews that are released from here out. I suspect that they're going to be releasing crews that are going to apply to previously existing crews. And if they do, save your resources, in my opinion, to buy these down. Because you'll notice I don't really have like accelerated construction and all that stuff. Yes, I know that those make a difference, and I know that a player like JB and some of the other characters, they're not characters, the other players out there would highly suggest reduction in those. I'm not saying they're wrong. I would say that for me, the priority is getting the officers. So, because you're going to get the resources eventually, but that's not the same with officers. It's all RNG with officers. So, although they're changing that a little bit. So, but if you can do it, if you can do both, do both. But if you had to make a choice, my suggestion is lower the cost of crew acquisition. But that's my 2 cents. That's the way how I play. This is interesting. If somebody knows I cannot get past this max, I don't know why. And it's really frustrating. And I've just given up on it. Bajoran, I just do 1 or 2 pickups here because my ship here is still at like level 10 or something like that. And I don't know. I do this every day, y'all. And it's just like, okay. I can't believe this ship has taken as long as it has to level up. I pull this. Well, this is really what I'm here for. I don't really need much else. Let's see, and then we'll do the epic loot. I've got lots there, but I'm just going to do 1. And then I don't think I really do. Let's try this one. I'll do the 14. I don't really care. Let's see. And then we're almost done. Go to the export. Got a lot of pulls here. I think this pull for the Syndicate XP comes from the research tree in the mirror universe. I went after that as soon as I could, and I still have several levels where I could improve it, but I'm just not getting the dust, much of the dust anymore. This is why I'm pointing this out, because hopefully, if this channel gets traction and Scopely does see this, one of the things I think everybody would like to see is just an improvement in this, because I've been clicking consistently while I've been talking, and I'm already at 30 minutes. That's a pretty long time to spend not really doing anything in the game. other than just, you know, pulling stuff in. So, I don't think it's a controversial thing to suggest that this stuff should be a lot faster. Mega chest, we'll do the mega chest. I'm just going to do one because there's so many, and I want the. And the other thing too is, it'd be great if, and they've done this on one of the other ones, if they continue to just expand the usefulness of these factions rather than adding new factions. But like I said, I'm not the first person who's going to say that. See, this one is 5. Let's see. Okay, let's go section 31. This is where I get the ship parts. What's kind of crappy about the ship parts is this. There was a favor here, and I think it's one of these favors here that, I don't remember which one it was. It's the one that gives you that little thing to pull. Well, you paid for it 4 times. You worked towards it 4 times to buy it. And then on each one, they gave you, I think, like a one-time offer of 35. And then on a daily pull, they give you 1 chip. I want to use a different word there, but we should be getting 4. I mean, we should be getting 1 per, favor we got. I think that's where a lot of players get frustrated with Scopely, is in those small details, right? Where it's like, why, it's kind of like if you've ever watched Robin Hood when he has, I'm going to cut your heart out with a spoon, and then the cousin says, why a spoon? It's like, why just 1 token when we had to do this 4 times? We should have gotten, by the way, I do nothing here in the Terran because I'm the absolute most horrible PvP player. But it's like, why 1 token? Like, I could see these are 1 tokens because these are just throwaways for Scopely. But we actually worked towards this 4 times. We bought that favor 4 times. We should be getting 4 tokens a day. But anyway. And then finally the DTI store, which I'm behind on because I can't turn in all this stuff over here. By the way, there's a little trick here. Well, I can't have more than 7 anymore. But if I were to go, here, watch. So I just bought that. Look what's going to happen over here. Boom. So you could do that to get 2 extra on a 7 days. When you have too many up here, go ahead and just pull the 2 extra orders, or whatever they're called. Like I said, this game has too many words. Just pull the extra directives, and then you can just, you can kind of pull, grab one of these down, pull, convert, and then it'll open it up so you can get another one. It's just a cute little trick you can do. Let's see what else. Anything else? My ship. Again, I do this every day, and we're already at 33 minutes. I mean, maybe you can shave off a minute or 2 from me just sort of explaining a few things, but not much. And like I say, even though, and by the way, I've skipped over some clicks because there are some things that I just don't need to do anymore. Some in the refinery, like I'm going to skip this one because I don't really know where I'm at on that building, which it's level locked anyway, so I don't really do much on there. I get the speed ups. So yeah, if you agree that there should be something here, put it in the comments. Send it to Scopely, send it to Rev, send it to DJ, send it to JB, send it to now on Shal, send it to everybody. Angry Rhino, all y'all. Let's just keep the pressure on that, because there's got to be a much easier way to get through all this. Now, granted, they might say, well, you don't have to collect everything. Well, I would argue this is a collector's game. So that's like, you know, I think that's an unfair expectation to think that people aren't going to collect everything that they can. Let's see. So, I think that's it. Let's see what we got here. Got a winner. Another winner. Oh yeah, that's yeah. So I did the factions, I did the refinery, did the archives. That's pretty much it. I mentioned ship upgrade. This is why I do it, because I know that I have to upgrade my junker right here. And I know I'm about to tear it up. So let's do that. And then what's going to happen is in my refinery, I should have this all set again. So we'll confirm it, we'll refine, and there. And then now it's going to be like maybe 5 minutes from last time, but it's not a full 24. It's not a full 24 hours, so it'll be ready when all the rest are, when I typically do it. And then, of course, I can get more survey parts. Now, this is not anything new. This is just kind of like demonstrating the upgrade timing of it all. Let's see if there's any other ships that I've got that can be upgraded. I don't think this one. Nope. My Borg. Yes, I can upgrade some Borg stuff. Let's do that. Let's do the let's do the warp so we can get out farther. Just one. Let's see if I can do anything. Nope. Let's see, anything else? I don't think I can do this one. Oh wow, I do. Oh, that would be so great. Oh, this is so awesome. Great. So now let's tear this one up. And this is probably going to reset all that other stuff. So let's go back to the refinery. Go to the Q continuum. Boo, it didn't reset anything. That's pretty harsh. Didn't do nothing. All right, well, let's see. Swap another ship. That's already, I don't think I have anything on my Vindicator. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. Let's do that. And then I know, I'm pretty sure I have something, at least by this point, on my Gorn. Nope. How about finally this one, maybe, hopefully? Yes. Guys, you have no idea how long this has taken. Well, some of you probably do. Just to get this one part, that's probably been about 2 weeks. So there you go. Now we'll cut this part off as counting towards my daily operations. But there's my Cerritos. Cerritos is totally full. I'm still working on my Titan, which is crazy. But that's it. All right, so that's it for the video. That's a daily routine of 30 plus minutes. Thank you for watching. Hit a like and subscribe. Put comments on the detail, or put comments down below. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.